Students, we are now in part 6 video. In part 6 video, we are going to continue the exercise 5.2 from 12th question onwards. Up to 11th question, we have completed in part 5 video. And I gave you the two assignment problem. In exercise 5.2, 9th question, second subdivision, and 10th question, I gave you homework in part 5 video. Isn't it? Everybody completed the assignment? Students, only if you are doing the assignment, you can able to understand the concept very clearly. Otherwise, you will be lacking in the concept. So, if we are going for higher concept, that time you cannot able to understand it. So, daily homework completed the day itself with neat presentation. That is very important. Clear? Now, we will continue with the 12th question. Still, we have 12th question, 13th question and 14th question is there. With this, our exercise 5.2 will be over. Now we'll see the 12th question. What they were asking the question is, let A 3, minus 4, B 9, minus 4, C 5, minus 7 and D 7, minus 7. Show that A, B, C, D is a trapezium. What they were asking, we have to show that it is a trapezium. Okay, you all know what is trapezium? Trapezium means what? Only one pair of opposite side of a quadrilateral or parallel, then it is said to be a trapezium. Clear? One more time I will repeat. Only one pair of opposite side of a quadrilateral or parallel, then it is said to be a trapezium. Clear, students? Only one pair means, see, I have written only this side. Slope of AB is parallel to slope of BC. If you are getting it is parallel. Parallel means what? The M1 is equal to M2 if you are getting means then the given points are trapezium. Clear? This two sides, AD and BC side should not get equal. Okay, these two sides are not parallel. Only in trapezium, one pair of opposite sides are parallel. In a quadrilateral, then it is said to be a trapezium we have learned. Isn't it? Now we'll start the solution. See, I have drawn the trapezium A, B, C, D. M1, slope of M1, this side slope of M2. Similarly, slope of M1, slope of M2. To prove what we have to prove, A, B, C, D is a trapezium we have to prove. For that, what? Slope of AB is equal to slope of DC CD we have to find. Then slope of BC is not equal to slope of AD we have to find. Clear? We are starting with slope of AB. A value, B value we know. Again 2-point formula. Slope 2-point formula is what? Y2 minus Y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Here 2-point formula here we will use. Here this is our x1, y1, x2, y2. Students, write below what is x1, y1 using pencil. Clear? Only then you can substitute the correct values. See here, y2 is what? Minus 4, y1 is minus, here also minus, so plus 4. Divided by x2 is 9, x1 is 3. So 0 divided by 9 minus 3 is 6, 0 divided by 6 is what? 0. Here, next we are going to find slope of CD. C point and D point we know, again 2-point formula. Here also x1, y1, x2, y2 you have to write. What is our y2? Minus 7, y1 is minus 7, so minus minus will become plus, so divided by 7 minus 5, 0 divided by 2 we are getting m2 is equal to 0. See, m1 is also 0, m2 is also 0. We can write slope of AB is equal to slope of CD, which means what? AB, therefore AB and CD are parallel. Okay, one pair of opposite side we have got parallel, then surely it is a trapezium. But still we have to find BC side and AD side, but that two we will not get same. We'll do now Now this is the page number 1 of 12th question. Now the remaining I will see in the page number 2. In 12th question, this is the page number 2. See, now so far we have found slope of AB and slope of CD. Isn't it? Next we have, for that both the side we have got same answer, 0 is equal to 0. We have written, therefore AB and CD are parallel, we have written. Isn't it? Next, another two sides we are going to do now. Slope of BC and slope of AD. BC, B point, C point. Again 2-point formula. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. We have to write using pencil. See, our Y2 was -7. Y1 value was minus, here 1 minus plus 4 divided by X2 value is 5. X1 value is -9. So, -7 plus 4 is what? -3. 5 minus 9 is -4. Minus will get cancelled. M1 we are getting 3/4. Next we are going to find slope of AD. We know the point. The same formula. Y2 value is -7. Y1 value is +4 divided by X2 value is 7. X1 value is 3. So 7 minus 3, in denominator we are getting 4. Whether now you say 3/4 and -3/4 are same? No, it is not same. So we are writing slope of BC is not equal to slope of AD. Students, since I don't have space, you have to write continuously. Slope of BC is not equal to slope of AD. You have to write continuously. Clear? Therefore, BC and AD is not parallel. Clear? Which means what? BC and AD is not parallel. Only what? Two sides are parallel. Only one pair of sides, which is AB and CD only parallel. These two sides are not parallel. That only we have written in the first itself. Therefore, we can conclude A, B, C, D is a trapezium. Here students, in trapezium only one pair side will be equal and the remaining two sides are not parallel. Only one pair side will be parallel. Another two sides are what? Not parallel. That only we have proved. And last line we have written, therefore ABCD is a trapezium. Clear? Clear students? Next we will see the question number 13. In part 6 video, next we are going to see the 13th question. See the question, a quadrilateral has vertices at A -4, -2, B 5, -1, C 6, 5 and D -7, 6. A quadrilateral vertices they have given A, B, C, D. These vertices they have given and they were asking, show that the midpoint of its sides form a parallelogram. Which means in the side of AB we are keeping the midpoint and we are making as point P. Here in the side of BC we are the midpoint we are taking as Q. In the side of DCD we are taking the midpoint as R. In the side of AD we are taking the midpoint as S. Afterwards we are joining the lines. After joining they were asking us to show PQRS is a parallelogram we have to prove. Parallelogram means what condition? Slope of PQ is equal to slope of SR. Which means slope of PQ, what answer you are getting? The same answer you have to get for slope of SR also. Similarly, slope of PS is equal to slope of QR. For this both the side you have to get the same answer. According to parallelogram property, the opposite sides are equal, isn't it? So, if we are getting opposite sides are equal, then we can say that the PQRS is a parallelogram. Clear students? But in the question they have not given what is P point, what is Q point, what is R point and S point, they have not given. So first we have to find what is P, Q, R and S. By using midpoint formula we are going to find the PQRS value. Then only we can find the slope of PQ, QR, slope of RS and slope of SP we can find. Clear? So this is very big problem So according to the page number, you copy the classwork. Clear? Now we'll go for the solution. Midpoint of AB is P. First we are taking the side AB. For that midpoint of AB is P. A point and B point they are given. We know first x1, y1, x2, y2 we have to take. Midpoint formula we are applying here. Midpoint formula is what? x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. x1 value is minus 4, x2 value is 5 divided by 2, comma y1 value is minus 2, y2 value is minus 1. So 5 minus 4 is 1 by 2, minus 2 minus 1 is what? Minus 3 by 2. So 1 by 2 if you divide we are getting 0.5, comma minus 3 by 2 we are getting the answer as minus 1.5. So now we have got the point P. What is the point P value we have got? 0.5, comma minus 1.5 is our P point answer. Similarly, we have to find what are the points Q, R, S. Based on the same procedure, we are going to find the value for Q, R and S. Next line, we are writing midpoint of BC is Q. Again, same midpoint formula. We are taking x1, y1 and x2, y2. Midpoint formula is what? x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. x1 value is 5, x2 value is 6 divided by 2, comma y1 value is minus 1, y2 value is 5 divided by 2. 5 plus 6 is 11 divided by 2, 5 minus 1 is 4 divided by 2. So 11 divided by 2 if you cancel, we are getting 5.5. If we are dividing 2 with 11 means we are getting 5.5, comma 4 divided by 2 means we are getting 2. Here we have got now Q point also. What is that? 5.5, comma 2. Similarly, next we have to get R and S. I will erase this. Now in page number C, page number 2, we will find the R and S values. 13th question, this is the page number 2. Next remaining sides we are going to find the answer. Midpoint of CD is R, C point and D point we are taking from the question. So again the midpoint x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. x1 value is what? 6 minus 7 divided by 2, comma 5 plus 6 divided by 2. See, according to x1, y1, that value we have to substitute. 6 minus 7 is minus 1 by 2. 5 plus 6 is 11 by 2. Minus 1 by 2 answer is minus 0.5. 11 by 2 is 5.5. Now we have got R point. Still one more point we have to find. What is that? S point we have to find. Again, midpoint of AD is S. So A point, D point we are taking same midpoint formula. X1 value is minus 4, X2 value is minus 7, Y1 value is minus 2, Y2 value is 6. So minus minus add means minus 11 by 2. Subtract 6 minus 2 is 4 by 2. 11 divided by 2 is minus 5.5. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So S point we have got minus 5.5, comma 2. Now how many sides we have got totally? All the 4 sides, B point, Q point, S point, R point, S point we have got. Next what we have to find? Slope of PQ, slope of RS, slope of QR and slope of PS we have to find. That we'll see in the page number 3. Now in 13th problem, this is the page number 3. If you see, now only we are going to show that PQRS is a parallelogram. So for that what we are going to do is slope of PQ we are going to find, that we are taking as M1, that which is equal to slope of SR. Clear? So if slope of M1 is equal to slope of M2 means what? Then obviously these two lines are parallel. According to parallel condition, M1 is equal to M2. Isn't it? Then next two side is what? QR, slope of QR is equal to slope of PS we have to get. Clear? In page number 3, we will see now slope of PQ, M1 and slope of RS we will see now. Clear? Slope of PQ. P point what we have got now? 0.5, comma minus 1.5. Q point is 5.5, comma 2. Now 2 point formula. What is it? M1 slope M1 equal to Y2 minus Y1 divided by X2 minus X1. You all know what is x1 and y1, x2, y2, isn't it? I will write in the pen now. See, I have written. Now if you see y2 value, they are given as 2, y1 value is minus 1.5 in formula 1 minus, so it becomes plus 1.5 divided by x2 value is 5.5 in formula 1 minus, x1 value is here minus 0.5 will come. Okay, so it will become plus 0.5. Clear? So now if you see here, x1 value is 0.5. So minus in between, so here also minus. So 2 plus 1.5 is 3.5. 5.5 minus 0.5 is 5. Clear? Clear? So if you divide 3.5 with 5 means we are getting m1 slope m1 equal to 0.7 answer we are getting. Otherwise if you are keeping like this means the same answer here also you have to get. Clear? Next we have to find slope of RS. M2 slope we are going to find. Similarly x1, y1, x2, y2 value we know. Isn't it? Slope of M2 equal to same 2-point formula. Y2 value is 2. Y1 value is 5.5. In between minus sign, so minus divided by. X2 value is minus 5.5. X1 value is what? All minus 0.5. Here 1 minus, so it will become plus 0.5. Clear? So 2 minus 5.5 is minus 3.5. Minus 5.5 plus 0.5 is minus 5.0. The next step what will happen? This minus minus will get cancelled. So what we will get? 3.5 divided by 5.0 is what answer? 0.7. See now both the slopes are same, isn't it? So you write slope of PQ is equal to slope of RS, which means opposite sides are equal and opposite sides are parallel. How we are saying parallel? According to parallel slope, parallel condition is what? Slope of M1 is equal to slope of M2, isn't it? So we can write therefore PQ and RS are parallel. Clear? Now we are among the four sides, we have said the two sides are parallel. Remaining two sides is what? QR and PS are parallel. Now we want to show. Clear? That we'll see in the page number 4. Next, another two sides we are going to find the slope, which is slope of QR and slope of PS we are going to find. We know the point for Q and R value, isn't it? What is the Q point? 5.5 comma 2. R is minus 0.5 comma 5.5, isn't it? We have to substitute in the 2-point formula. We know what is x1, y1, x2 and y2, isn't it? See, I have written y1, y2 value is what? 5.5. y1 value is what? Minus 2 divided by x2 value is minus 0.5, x1 value is 5.5. So 5.5 minus 2 is 3.5 divided by 5.5, both are minus, so we have to add. If we are adding, we are getting minus 6. So you keep as such, no need to divide. Next, another side is what? Slope of PS. Now this is M1. Now next another we are going to find, that is M2. So P value and S value we know. Again 2-point formula. What is Y2 value? 2. Y1 value is minus 1.5. Here 1 minus, that will become plus 1.5 divided by x2 value is what? Minus 5.5 minus x1 value is 0.5. So 2 plus 1.5 is what? 3.5 divided by 5 minus 5.5 minus 0.5 is what? Minus 6. Clear? Therefore, slope of QR is equal to slope of RS. So which means what? QR and PS are parallel. Therefore, we can conclude that PQRS is a parallelogram. Clear? How we are saying? See, PQ is equal to RS we have proved in the page number 3. Next, another thing what we have proved? QR is equal to SPS we have proved. Which means what? PQ is parallel to RS and similarly QR is parallel to PS we have proved. Which means what? Opposite sides are equal and opposite sides are parallel means what? It is a parallelogram. So we are writing PQRS is a parallelogram. Hence proved. Dear students, with the page number 4, we are completing the 13th question. Still in exercise 5.2, we are having only one problem, which is 14th question. Next, we'll see that question. In exercise 5.2, the last 14th sum we are going to see. See, this 14th question is very big question and little bit more things we'll do in this. So, carefully listen what I am saying. If you are listening carefully means it is very easy problem only. Though it is lengthy, if you are listening carefully it is easy. Okay, we'll start now. PQRS is a rhombus. Its diagonals PR and QS intersect at the point M and satisfy QS equal to 2PR. First what they are saying, PQRS is a rhombus. Its diagonal means what? This line is the diagonal PRQS intersect at the point M. So both are intersecting at the point M and satisfy QS equal to QS. This full length is equal to 2 times of PR they are given. If the coordinates of S and M are, so S value you have to take it as 1, 1 and M value you have to take it as 2, -1. Clear? 2, -1 respectively. Find the coordinates of P. Clear? Only this coordinate we have to find, and in the question only this coordinate we have to find, but still they have not given the Q point also. Clear? In this question they have not given the Q point also. That point also we have to find, but this is not asked in the question. Only if we find Q point we can able to find the P point. Clear? Shall we start the solution now? So listen carefully along with me, it will be easy only for you. First what we are taking is midpoint of QS. Why we are taking first this means because we don't know the value of Q. So to find the value of Q, we are finding midpoint of QS is M they are given. So Q point what? We don't know, x, y will take. S point is what? 1, 1 that is given in the question. Similarly, midpoint means what? M. Okay, we all know the diagonal bisect at each other in the rhombus we know. Bisect means what? It divides into equal of. It will be in a 90 degree. So P to M will what length we are getting? The same length only you will get for MR. Clear? So which means what? This M will be in the midpoint. So we are applying a midpoint formula. So midpoint formula is what? M of x, y is equal to x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. See, I have written x1, y1, x2, y2. Clear? So here we can write Q value. I have taken here Q1, y1. So here also we can write Q1, x1, y1. x1, y1 we have taken a Q value. So here also x1, y1. So we are going to substitute now. So midpoint value what we are having 2, -1 equal to x1 value is x1. Similarly x2 value is 1, y1 value is y1, y2 value is +1 divided by 2. The next step we are equating the x and y coordinates, which means this is x, this is y, isn't it? Similarly this is our x and this is our y. So x coordinate we are equating one side and y coordinate we are equating on the another side. So we are writing 2 is equal to x1 plus 1 divided by 2. And the another side -1 equal to y1 plus 1 divided by 2 we are taking. Here the next step we are doing the cross multiplication. 2 into 2 is what? 4. 4 is equal to x1 plus 1. Similarly 2 into -1 is what? minus 2 equal to y1 plus 1. Clear? So 4, this plus 1 if comes this side, what will happen? Minus 1. 4 minus 1 is equal to x1. 4 minus 1 is what? x1 equal to 3. Similarly, that side we will get the y1. Minus 2 into 1 is minus 2 equal to y1 plus 1. If plus 1 if comes this side, it will become minus 1. So minus 2 minus 1 value is minus 3. So y1 equal to minus 3. Clear? Now we have got the point. Therefore, the point Q is 3 comma minus 3. Now this Q point we have got. Clear? Clear students? In a rhombus, now the next concept we are entering what is, in rhombus the diagonal bisect at right angle. If you see here, the diagonal bisect at right angle. Right angle means obviously the point MS and PM are what? Perpendicular. Isn't it? Perpendicular means what? How can we write perpendicular formula for the slope is what? M1 into M2 is equal to minus 1. Which means slope of MS into slope of PM is equal to minus 1. We are going to write now. Clear? First, after finding the Q value, then we are going for the what? Perpendicular concept, which is of slope of MS is M1. Slope of PM we are going to take as M2. So, diagonal bisect at each other at right angle. Right angle means 90 degree. It is perpendicular. So, we are going to take one side. This MS side is M1, then PM side is M2. Then we are going to say M1 into M2 is equal to minus 1. Here, now we'll see that the slope of MS is M1. You see, M point we know that they have given the question itself. S point also we know. So, slope 2 point we are finding the slope means what is the formula? 2 point formula. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. y2 value is what? 1. y1 value is what? Here minus, here also minus. So it will become plus 1 divided by x2 value is what? 1. x1 value is what? 2. So 1 minus 2. 1 plus 1 is 2 divided by 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So 2 divided by minus 1 is minus 2. Here, now what side we have got? Slope of MS is M1 we have got. Similarly, slope of MP we have to find. Here, that side we are going to take as M2. Here students, that we will see in the page number 2. Since it is very lengthy problem, I have written in the top page number. According to that, you have to write a class book. The remaining problem we will see in the page number 2. In 14th question, page number 2 we are now. So far we have found the slope of MS, isn't it? MS we have taken as M1, isn't it? Now we are going to find the slope of MP. Why these two are perpendicular I have told you, isn't it? So slope of MP is M2 I have taken, M point and P point we know. So 2 point formula we are going to apply. So slope of M2 equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This is our x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 value was y itself. y1 value is here 1 minus, here in formula 1 minus, so it become plus 1 divided by x2 value is x, x1 value is minus 2. Clear? Since MS is perpendicular to MP are perpendicular. Okay. Since MS and MP are perpendicular, perpendicular means what is our formula? M1 into M2 is equal to minus 1. Clear? M1 value what we have got? Minus 2 into M2 what value we are having? Y plus 1 divided by x minus 2 is equal to minus 1. So minus minus will get cancelled. So 2, this will go that side. So 1 into x minus 2, remaining what will be here? 2 into y plus 1. So take this 2 inside. 2 into y is 2y. 2 into 1 is 2 is equal to x minus 2. Clear? Is equal to what? X minus 2. So 2y plus 2. This 2 if coming this side, it will become plus 2 equal to x. So 2y plus 2 is what? 4. 2y plus 4 equal to x. Clear? So for what we have done, first we have to find the value of q. For that, what we have taken, midpoint of q, yes, midpoint of qs is m. Using that, we have found the q value. Then afterwards, we have taken m perpendicular concept, which is ms is perpendicular to mp. That concept we have taken. From that, we have got one equation. Okay, the next we are going to take is QS is equal to 2 times of PR. So what is saying this QS length is equal to 2 times of PR, they are saying in the question. But if you see in the box what I have written, PR, this full length PR, how can we write? PM plus MR we can write, isn't it? This full length PR we can write as PM plus MR. Here, I have told you in rhombus the diagonal bisect at right angle, isn't it? Which means what? It will midpoint only it will bisect. So, which means PM what value you are getting, the same value you will get for MR also. Here, so suppose we are getting PM is equal to 2, means same the MR also you will get the same value. Here bisect at each other means it divides, bisect means what? It divides into equal of. So we can write MP is equal to MR. Both are same only? No, because what value you are getting for MP, the same value you are going to get for MR also. So instead of MP, we can write it as MR. Clear? So the full length PR, the next step if you see, MP plus MP I have written. Clear? Because MR and MP are what? Same length only. So MP plus MP if you see there equal to 2 MP I have written. Clear students that box? So if you see here in the question they have given QS equal to 2 times of PR. Now from this we have got PR value is what? 2 into MP. So we are going to substitute here. Q is equal to 2 into PR value is what? 2 MP. So 2 MP. 2 into 2 is 4 MP. The next step what we are doing is squaring on both sides. So QS the whole square is equal to 4 MP the whole square. The square is applicable for both 4 and as well as the MP. Here 4 if you square we are getting 16. MP if you square we are getting MP square. Already we are having one equation 1. Now consider this as equation 2. Clear students? Now what we have got in equation 2? The QS square length. Okay, what we have got? The QS square length is equal to 16 into MP square we have got length. So length itself means what? Distance. So now we have to find the distance between QS and distance between MP square. Here, now after finding we have to substitute the value in the equation 2. That we will see in the page number 3. In 14th question, we are now in page number 3. Now we are going to find the distance of QS. So, if you see, distance formula is what? x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Q point and S point we know. According to that, x1, y1, x2, y2 you take. Now x2 value is what? 1, x1 value is minus 3 the whole square plus y2 value is what? 1, y1 value is minus, so in formula 1 minus it will become plus 3 the whole square. The next step 1 minus 3 is minus 2 the whole square plus 1 plus 3 is 4 the whole square. So minus 2 whole square means minus 2 into minus 2 is what? Plus 4 we will get. Similarly 4 square is 16. Clear? QS is equal to square root of 20. Clear? Therefore, QS square is equal to, we are squaring on both sides. After this line, we are squaring on the both sides. QS square is equal to square root of 20 the whole square. Clear? So, QS square is equal to the square and square root will get cancelled. So, we are getting QS square is equal to 20. Clear? The next we are going to find the distance of MP. Next, distance of MP we are going to find. M value and P value we don't know. We know M value we know, P value we don't know. That only we have to find in the question. So you write that P value now x comma y itself. See, M value is 2 comma minus 1. So again distance formula we are going to apply. dMP is equal to D means distance, is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. x2 value is x, x1 value is 2 the whole square plus y2 value is y, y1 value is plus 1 the whole square. So here the whole square will come. Next step what we are doing is we are squaring on both sides. See here MP is there but we are writing here MP square. Why means we are squaring the LHS side and RHS side. So MP square is equal to this full whole square we are writing in the outside. Now if you see this square and square root will get cancelled. Remaining inside the term will be as such only. So I am writing the term same. Now MP square is equal to x minus 2 the whole square plus y plus 1 the whole square. Okay, now previously in page number 1 we have got now x value. Isn't it? What x value we have got? X is equal to 2. X is equal to what value we have got? X equal to 2y plus 4 value we have got, isn't it? That value we are going to substitute here. That the remaining portion we will see in the page number 4. 14th question, we are now in page number 4. If you see the last line in page number 3, what I have written, MP square equal to x minus 2 the whole square plus y plus 1 the whole square I have written. That equation we are going to take it as 3. That time I told we know x value in equation 1. So we are going to substitute equation 1. What is that equation 1 is? X equal to 2y plus 4 we have written there. So x equal to 2y plus 4 we are going to substitute in 3. 3 means that this equation. This is the 3 equation. Clear? So now MP square I am writing as such equal to, instead of this x what value we are having? 2y plus 4 minus 2 the whole square. Similarly this I am writing as such. Clear? Next if you see 2y, 4 minus 2 is 2 whole square plus y plus 1 the whole square. This is in the form of a plus b the whole square. This is also in the form of a plus b the whole square. A plus b the whole square formula is what? A square. So 2y the whole square plus 2 into a into b. So 2a is 2y, b is into 2 plus b square. B is what? 2. So 2 the whole square. Then in this plus I have written here. Again this also in a plus b the whole square formula. So a value is what? Y the whole square plus b 2 into a into b. 2 into a value is y, b value is 1 plus 1 the whole square. Clear? 2y the whole square means 4y square plus 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8y plus 2 square is 4, y square is y square, 2 into y into 1 is 2y, 1 the whole square is 1. Now here also 1y square term, here also 1y square term. So 4y square plus 1y square is what? 5y square. 8y plus 2y is what? 10y. 4 plus 1 is what? 5. Now, if you see in each term we are having 5 common, isn't it? So, MP square is equal to 5. If we take commonly out, we are getting inside y square plus 2y plus 1. Clear? Now, what we have written in equation 2. QS square is equal to 16 MP square we have written, isn't it? See that only I have written here, equation 2. This is our equation 2. QS square equal to 16 into MP square. We know now QS square value and similarly we know MP square value also. QS square value is what? 20. So I have written here 20. 16. MP square value is what? So 5 into y square plus 2y plus 1. Clear? So this 20, 16 into 5 will come and divide. If we are cancelling, the numerator part we are getting 1, the denominator part we are getting 4 into 1. 4 into 1 is what? 4. That 4 again we are doing cross multiplication. So numerator only 1 is there. So 1 is equal to 4 into y square plus 2y plus 1. The next step we are taking the 4 inside to the each term. 4 into y square is 4y square. 4 into 2y is 8y. 4 into 1 is 4. Here, so the next step, this 1 is coming inside. So which means here plus 1, if come this side, it will become minus 1. So 0 equal to 4y square plus 8y plus 4, if minus 1. So 4y square plus 8y, 4 minus 1 is what? 3 equal to 0. Now if you see, this is in quadratic equation form. One x square term, one x term, one constant. Okay, that form is there. So we have to do factorization. Factorization you all know, isn't it? The first number and the lowest constant number you have to multiply. So 4 into 3 is 12. That you have to write the diamond top. Diamond shape you have to put in the top. You are write this first multiply and the constant you multiply and write here. 4 3s are 12. Down what middle number? 8. So write that down. Okay, so in you see what are the possibilities of 12 in it will come. You see 4 3s are 12. Then you write 4 3. Whether if we add the 2, will you get 8? No. Then what are the possibilities of getting 12? 6 2s are 12. So 6 plus 2 we will get 8. Yes. So how we are going to write this? This 4y square you are going to write as such. Instead of this 8y, we are going to write 6y. Here what 2? So plus 2y we are writing. Plus 3 we are writing as such. So first term and the last term we are writing as such. Instead of this 8y we are writing this 2 term. Clear? Plus 6y plus 2y plus 3 equal to 0. The next term, what is the common term in first two? 2y is common. So take the 2y commonly out. So remaining is what? 2y plus 3. So whatever the bracket you are writing, the same thing here also you have to write. I have told you in the before factorization, isn't it? So whatever you are writing the bracket, immediately you write here also. Then you see the remainder. Totally we are having 4 term. From the first 2 term we have taken common and we have got one bracket. Write that same bracket here. Then you see the remaining 2 term. 2y plus 3, here also 2y plus 3. So if we put 1, it is enough. So 1 into 2y plus 3 is 2y plus 3. So we are having 2 brackets same answer. So write that one time. 2y plus 3. Outside here what we are having? 2y. Here outside we are having plus 1. So 2y plus 1 equal to 0. Here, so 2y plus 3 equal to 0. Then this side is what? 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. Here 2y is equal to plus 3, if come this side it will become minus 3. Similarly 2y is equal to plus 1, if come this side minus 1. So y is equal to minus 3 by 2, y is equal to minus 1 by 2. Here now we have got y2 values, but we have to find x value, so that only we can say the p value, p coordinate value we can say. Here that x value we will see in the page number 5. In 14th question, now we are in page number 5. With this we will complete this 14th question. Now in page number 4 we have got 2 values for y, isn't it? Y equal to minus 3 by 2 we have got, and another value is y equal to minus 1 by 2 we have got, isn't it? So that both the values separately we are going to substitute in the equation 1. What is our equation 1? X equal to 2y plus 4 is our equation 1. Okay. So first we will substitute y equal to minus 3 by 2 in equation 1. So 2 y value is minus 3 by 2 plus 4. 2 get cancelled. Minus 3 plus 4 is what? X equal to 1 we have got. Clear? Next case is what? Another value we have got for y. What is that? Y equal to minus 1 by 2 we have got. That value also you are going to substitute in equation 1. What is equation 1? Again x equal to 2y plus 4 is our equation 1. X equal to 2, y value is minus 1 by 2 plus 4. 2 will get cancelled. Remaining is what? Minus 1 plus 4. 4 minus 1 is what? 3. So x is equal to 3 is our answer. Clear? When we are getting x equal to 1, by that time what is our y value? Y equal to minus 3 by 2. So we are writing, therefore the coordinate of P is when x is 1, y is minus 3 by 2, or when x is 3, y is minus 1 by 2. So among these two, any one value we can take for the coordinate of P. That only they were asking us to find in the question. Clear students? With this footprint problem we are completed. And also we have completed the exercise 5.2. Next you are going to get your assignment problem. We will see the assignment problem now. This is the part 6 assignment. You are going to do two problems as your homework. See the first question. The line R passes through the points minus 2, 2 and 5, 8. Okay, consider that minus 2, 2 and 5, 8 as 2 points. Okay, that is 1, 2 points separately. And the line S passes through the point minus 8, 7 and minus 2, 0. Is the line R perpendicular to S? They were asking. So you all know perpendicular means what formula so far we have used? M1 into M2 is equal to minus 1. Clear? So first M1 how we are going to find is 2-point formula. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So minus 2, 2, 5, 8 you are going to take this for M1. Then for M2 you are going to take this 2 point. Okay, after solving, if you are multiplying the M1 value into M2 value, if you are getting answer as minus 1 means then the R is perpendicular to S you have to write. If you are not getting equal to minus 1 means R is not perpendicular to S you have to get. Yeah, but this problem is R is perpendicular only, so you have to get minus 1. Clear? Now we will see the second question. Let A, B, C, D values they are given. Find the slope of option A. First one is AB you have to find, and B substitution is CD you have to find. Again going to use same 2-point formula only. AB means this 2 point you are going to take. CD means CD that 2 point you are going to take. The same formula you are going to apply here. Here, the second subdivision if you see, what can you deduce from your answer? See whether the slope of AB answer and slope of CD answer if you are getting same means, when you will get same? Only if M1 is equal to M2, then it is what? It is a parallel. Therefore, AB and CD are parallel lines you have to write. Otherwise, suppose if you are getting M1 into M2 equal to minus 1 means AB and CD are perpendicular, like that you have to write. Clear all of you? But this second subdivision, the AB and CD will be parallel only you will get. What answer you are getting for AB, the same only you will get for CD also. Clear students? Only two problems you are going to try for assignment in part 6 video. Clear students? Do the problem correctly and maintain the classwork and homework load neatly. Clear? Thank you students.